Good morning, I'm John Perkins with the Opening Market Minute. Soybeans are down modestly on profit taking after yesterday's slight gains, and corn's very narrowly mixed. There's also a fair amount of position squaring ahead of tomorrow's USDA supply, demand, and production numbers. Big part of that supply and demand report is going to be potential revisions to South American production numbers, especially for Argentina. Many analysts do expect downward revisions for corn and soybean production in Argentina after the very hot, dry conditions in many of their key growing areas. In contrast, Brazil could see a slight increase in their production number and maybe even the exports too. Wheat's modestly higher, continuing to monitor the dry conditions in much of the U.S. plains. Still, it'd take a pretty significant crop loss in the United States to really shift the fundamentals at this point, and really that's not even taking into account the global fundamentals. Weekly export sales are also out on Thursday. Live and feeder cattle are higher ahead of widespread direct cash cattle business. Looks like it's just kind of a bounce back after a couple of days of losses. Direct cattle business is expected to wait until Thursday or Friday. This week's offering at the Fed Cattle Exchange is 892 head. None have sold, though, over the last couple of weeks. And hogs are lower on continued demand uncertainties. Some of those are connected to the export market. Now, exports have been strong so far this year, with some support from the lower trade in the dollar index. But Mexico and Canada are both big buyers of U.S. pork. NAFTA renegotiations are set to resume later on this month in Mexico City. I'm John Perkins with the Opening Market Minute.